I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Well, since September in fact. So today we are moving. And I can't wait. It's going to be so nice. We're leaving our marina and we're heading west. And we're going to hopefully get as far as Kintbury or Hungerford or somewhere like that. So yeah, this hasn't moved since September. It's about 250 odd days or something, I think I worked out as. So a real long time. Now we're going to see if all the work I've done to it has been worthwhile. I'm sure it has. So yeah, let's get moving. We are moving. Just left Frasbridge. So this is Frasbridge Marina over here. This is where we moor up. That's the entrance there, which is a bit of a pain to get out of because this is a flowing part. But we managed to do it successfully, so I'm really pleased with that. Only have one person watching, which is not too bad. But we've just filled up with, topped up with diesel, and we've replaced one of the gas bottles, emptied the Elsan, and we're off. We're heading west, and we're going to go towards Newbury now. So that's our destination, just to try and get through the other side of Newbury. That's where we're going to try and get to. So let's see how we get on. So sad. That is someone's pride and joy, a burnt outlet. It smells fairly fresh as well. God. And we walked past here a couple of weeks ago and it weren't here, so yeah, it's really sad. Don't want to see that. So here we are. This is the infamous Woolhampton swing bridge and lock combination. I've watched quite a few people go through here and it looks really quite tricky. There's quite a big flow coming through here and we've got to set the lock first, and then Sharon's got to come back, open the bridge, and then I've got to set through on my own so she can then close the bridge behind me, and then I drive straight into the lock. There is a side flow which we might see if I can get this camera set up, where it comes across from the left hand side and it pushes you into a boat, which I didn't realise people are calling it a sacrificial boat. We'll see that as we come in on the right hand side. I think I'm going to hit something here. Wow, that was a scary old ride. But we did it, Jeff. We did it, mate. And we didn't hit anything, but crikey, that flow coming across, it just takes you. I had it pretty much full throttle against the flow to try and get past it all. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So we're now in Wampton Lock. And Sharon's going to close that paddle and that one, and then hopefully lift us out of here. After the excitement of that lock, as we were coming out, a passerby walking his dog, the dog decided to jump into the lock. And when we was filling the lock up, it was struggling to get out. It couldn't get out because it was being sucked in where the water gets sucked into the paddle. So Sharon had to get on her hands and knees and drag this poor dog out. Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant to see the dog struggling like that. But hopefully that's the biggest calamity we'll have this trip. Oh look, here comes the swing bridge. Lock number 2 of the day, and we've just done this little swing bridge. So nice to get the boat out, really is. We're having great fun with this. Such fun. So we're currently doubling up with the locks with these lovely couple on their boat. They're on it for about 3 months. They're heading down towards Bath, which makes doing the locks a lot easier. So my early remark about it being a really nice day and no showers or rain, started raining. Good old British weather. Oh, yeah. We're all right. We're under the flamingo umbrella.
Brand new flamingo
Brand new
umbrella.
And
Full coverage.
welcome, Sharon. I think it's your first time on the video, isn't it? Well, we've seen you doing locks and stuff. Oh, and it's absolutely tipping it down now. Lovely.
I'm going in.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Just to prove that Sharon does drive it sometimes.
Only when it's straight.
Only when it's a nice straight wide bit and there's nothing tricky to do, like locks or sharp bends, or if something's coming towards you.
In my way.
Yeah. It's great. This is something you don't see every day. Sharon actually driving the boat into a lock. She's perfectly capable, but she gets quite nervy about it, especially when I'm videoing, so I'm trying to be inconspicuous as I video. You're doing a great job. Smile for the camera. So this here is Monkey Marsh Lock, and it is a turf-sided lock. So there's no wall sides to it. Apparently there's only like 2 or 3 in the country. There's one down towards Reading on this same bit of canal network, and then there's this one. Really interesting. And once you've come out the other side, you've then got to empty it again and leave the paddles up so that it remains empty, so it doesn't kill off all the grasses and the foliage either side of it, I suppose. So there goes Sharon and Jeffrey, doing a great job. And I shall now actually do some physical work and close this lock. Yeah, good. So just filling the lock up. These take a little while to fill because they're quite large, and obviously as it gets deeper, it gets wider. So as the water level rises, it's got further to fill because it fills all the vegetation areas either side of it. So we might go and put the kettle on. One thing about the K&A is it's very much overgrown in places. They just leave it to do its own thing, which is actually really nice. So sections like this, you can only get one boat through at a time, but only short sections, but yeah, all natural canal side or riverside. I think this bit's river actually, it's flowing. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Ominous looking clouds in the distance. Only been rained on once so far, so not too bad. Here we go to Newbury. The other good thing, of course, is that when you're on a narrowboat, you're going along at walking speed. So we still chat as we're travelling along. So Sharon gets Jeffrey out for a nice walk and we just keep on chatting. It's always sad to see. Hate seeing the boats stranded and left beside the side of the canal all, yeah, I don't know how long it's been there, but quite a long time I would have thought. She's still walking. This lock is a lock just before we get to Newbury. It's called Balls Lock. Interestingly, the balance beam, the bit you push, is all made of steel. Normally they're made out of solid oak, but on both sides of this they're made out of steel. And I think one down that end is as well. So just emptying this lock, so Sharon can then bring the boat in. She's starting to get the hang of it now. Starting to get a bit more confident, so she's going to drag this all the way into here, and then straight after that, in the distance, there's a swing bridge. So she'll have to wait for me to close this gate and then wait for me to leg it up to the other end, open up the swing bridge so we can get through there. So she'll be practicing her hovering skills. So another thing we found really useful are these walkie-talkies. Not everybody likes them. Some people say you don't need them. We think they're a bit of fun actually, and they're quite useful when you're some distance away. You can actually chat to someone rather than having to yell at them or use sign language. Sharon's feeding the ducks, swans, geese, a lot. So we're currently in the centre of Newbury. It's absolutely brilliant. Just come past Newbury Marina, loads of moored boats, some real nice ones. And yeah, under this main bridge, not sure which road this is, but it's obviously a main one, it's quite a large bridge. And now they're all following us. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is what boating's all about. Back to nature. Oh, I love it. Sharon's run out of, we're feeding them porridge, that's all we've got on board. Not quite sure what you're supposed to feed them, but they seem to like the porridge. So a bit more of Newbury. This is Kbury Lock. Just been filling it up and it's just started raining, like it does. Sharon's having a fabulous time, aren't you, Sharon?
I am actually. Do you know, I was just sitting here thinking, I wasn't sitting, obviously I was standing, but thinking, it's pissing down with rain and I don't care. So, we're getting very wet though.
Yes, we're getting very wet. So, but
I'll get Jeffrey in.
yeah, but Newbury's lovely. Didn't realise that coming through the middle of Newbury was quite so picturesque. So we're just outside of Newbury, just the west side of it, and we've moored up just past Kbury Lock. And this is the last bit before it gets quite rural out here. So we were going to carry on further, but we saw this mooring spot here and thought this looks pretty popular, and there's a nice space here. So yeah, we pulled up here for the night. Literally just seen Sonia and Tony. They're going to think I'm stalking them off of Same Ship Different Day, off their YouTube channel. I'm not stalking you, honest, if you ever get to see this. But yes, hopefully going to catch up with them tomorrow when we get to Kintbury. Going to go to Kintbury tomorrow. So this is our mooring for tonight. Looking forward to this. Sharon's just going to put some dinner on. I'm going to go and walk Jeffrey. Not that he needs much walking, but he does need to go and sniff and do his business. And then yeah, then it's dinner time. So it's the first night, and that's dinner done. Now we had Chinese actually.
What's Chinese?
It was Chinese that was a ready meal that Sharon put in the oven and on the hob, which I've now got to go and clear up in a minute. But first of all, we're having a game of cards. So we love cards, and we do love a nice drink as well.
We do love a nice drink as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So today was, we've sat down and worked it out. Today was 7.5 hours of travelling. 7.5 hours of moving this boat, wasn't
it? Yep.
It should only have been 6.5 hours. We can't work out where we've lost an hour.
Stopping and chatting to everybody, I think,
yeah,
probably didn't help.
It's been really great. The name Pompey Chimes,
yeah,
everyone relates to it. Everyone's got a story about it. Everyone's got something to say about it. So it's really great. The name of the boat has just been brilliant. Everywhere we go on, we've just been through Newbury, and people stopping and chatting to us and asking if the boat's moored in Portsmouth, and yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Do we come from Portsmouth?
Do we come from Portsmouth?
What was that young lad? What did he ask? If you played them notes on the side of the boat, what does it play?
Yeah, Pompey Chimes, of course. So yeah, it's been a great first day. We are absolutely knackered. 7.5 hour cruise is a lot of cruising. To anyone
and
that's
dog rescuing today.
And dog rescuing, yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier. That Sharon dragged a dog out of the canal that was
some people
drowning, but the owners were
not really aware that when the water's coming out the gate, that poor dog was
Yeah.
so frightened.
Yeah, so that's your good deed
It wasn't
done.
a good deed.
And that's the only calamity we've had today, really.
Yeah.
So no issues, no problems. Boat's been absolutely brilliant. Run like a dream.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're off to Kintbury. We did see same ship every day. Sonia and Tony off on their boat, Kimberly Joe. Hopefully going to meet up with them tomorrow in Kintbury. They said they were going to go to Kintbury as well. So
yeah.
Hopefully
they were quite excited, weren't they, to see you sliding by?
They did see us sliding by. So yeah, so that's it for this evening. So we've got cards to play, alcohol to drink, and then sleep to have. I think we're going to sleep very well on this first night.
We are indeed.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
So it's Tuesday morning, about 9:30. Not a bad night last night. Nice and quiet for considering it's a city centre. Didn't hear anybody outside really. So we're off to Kintbury this morning. It's about a 3-hour cruise, and Sharon is at the tiller. Jeffrey's standing by. Yeah, it's a nice easy one, only about 6 locks I think. Then we're going to stop off at Kintbury, where Sharon's going to get off and go home. She's got to go back to work. And then I'll have my replacement, who we'll introduce later.
My replacement?
Yeah, your replacement, yeah.
Better, more beardy version.
He's got a slightly bigger beard than you, isn't he?
He has got a bigger beard, yeah. Only just.
So, first lock of the day, Guy's Lock, literally just 5 minutes along from where we were moored up. Lovely old lock. It's got this lovely old bridge on it that I'm stood on. But it wasn't in our favour. There was a boat that came through earlier, but I'm guessing they must have been moored up somewhere because this was full. So I'm just emptying it, ready to let Sharon in, and then off we go again. I think there's 3 locks in quite quick succession. So it's going to be a busy old morning. 6 locks in total. That's Guy's Lock done. Quite a ferocious lock really. You really got to hang on to the boat using your centre line. It's not the sort of lock you can just hold it on the throttle. You've really got to tie it up and then hold it. Water gushes into there real quickly. But yeah, all done and on to the next one. So we're just approaching Benham Lock, and how picturesque is that? Beautiful old stone bridge with the lock behind it. Absolutely love this. This is a really pretty canal. Lovely feature. And as predicted, it's starting to rain. The rain's probably setting in full day now, so wet weather gear on, but we don't mind the rain. Sharon's loving the rain. So just more up here on the right hand side, and then we'll set the lock. So nice little repair job by the CRT for this one, balance beam. It's a different take on it, but it works. So this lock I'm actually going to have a go at doing by myself, as in single-handed. So that's where the boat has to land, and I'm going to have to drive it in through here, but there's a weir on the left, underneath that bridge on the left there's a weir running through. But I'm going to try this one single-handedly because Sharon's on the phone. She's actually still at work. So she's having to take a few calls, so let's see if I can do this on my own. So I've got the boat in, shut the paddles at the back. These are side pound ones, so the paddles are actually on the side and the water comes in from the side rather than out the gate, which is so much nicer. You get less. Let's see how that's doing before I go to the next one. You can see where the water comes in, it's nowhere near as fierce and ferocious. That's good. Right, I'm going to go over the other side, do the other one, but I'm not going to video that because I can guarantee if I video while I'm walking across this, I will fall in. So both the paddles are open fully. We're filling up, boat's rising nicely. You do have to keep an eye on this rope around this bollard here. You don't want to hang the boat in the lock, so as the boat rises, you've got to keep letting out a bit of the rope on there, otherwise, yeah, you can tip the boat over, I think. Never heard of it happening, but I'm guessing you could. So yeah, this single-handed boating life is actually quite straightforward. It's just got to do everything, that's all. So just wait for this to fill up, and then open the gates up, drop the paddles back down, and we'll be on our merry way. Still raining, but I just don't care. I'm having a great time. Just there in the middle of the picture is a kingfisher, just taking off, and off it goes. So we've got as far as Kintbury. This is Kbury Lock, and there's the Dundas Arms, which is where I shall be having my dinner tonight. This is where Sharon will be getting off, but we've got to get through this lock and then out the other side. There's some visitor moorings, but I'm not sure if there's any spaces there, so we'll have a look when we get through. If not, we'll be carrying on through a wild mooring and then walking back to the pub. We managed to find a space on the visitor moorings, which is really good. So this is a really nice area. I think on that side is private moorings. On the towpath side, this is our visitor mooring. You have to leave 5 metres between the next boat for anglers. The pub is just down there. The railway is just over there, as you can hear. And yeah, happy with this one. This is Kintbury. So this is where Sharon gets off, and the next person gets on. So this is where we say goodbye to Sharon for this trip. So
Back to work.
She's going back to work now, and we think she's going to take Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Because we've got a mate of mine, Dave, well, mate of ours, Dave, is going to come on board, but he's not coming up till later. He's working today as well, so he's going to come up tonight. I'm going to meet him in the Dundas Arms, which is behind us, and yeah, we'll swap over and
Some boy time.
yeah, it's going to be the cruise of two halves. One with the wife, half of it with the wife, and half of it with a mate of mine. So yeah, should be good fun. But we're thinking Jeff probably better off going home, so then me and Dave can get really, really drunk.
Can you?
Not in charge of a boat, obviously. No,
Not
not in charge of a boat.
Bless
Cool.
you. All right. Well, bye, Pompey Chimes.